Hello divers! If you have watched DiveWise for a while, you probably noticed a pattern. A lot of my videos are tips, practical stuff, gear, skills, decision making. The things that make diving safer and more enjoyable. And that did not happen by accident. It happened because I struggled with a lot of those things myself as I was getting into scuba. There were so many moments where I thought, why is this so hard to learn? Why does it feel like everyone else got the manual and I did not? So through a lot of heartache and lots of practice, I eventually got to a good spot and started making the videos that I wish existed. The kind that explain things simply but thoroughly. The kind that reduce stress. The kind that makes dives smoother, calmer, and more fun. That has been the heart of the channel so far. When I was newer, I struggled with the basics almost everyone struggles with. Equalization issues, feeling like I was breathing too fast and burning through my gas. Buoyancy that felt impossible to control. Finning technique that wasted energy and kicked up the bottom. The good old-fashioned bicycle kick. And I want to be honest about what that felt like. It was not just inconvenient, it was discouraging, at times unsafe. There were dives where I surfaced thinking, maybe I'm not built for diving. Maybe scuba is for other people. People who learned it faster. People who look calm the whole time they're diving. If you ever felt that way, you were not alone. Now here is what really pushed me into making tip videos. Some advice out there is genuinely bad. Some advice is well-meaning, but not right for you. And even when you take great courses, the information can come in pieces. A course from the major agencies teaches what it is designed to cover. Covers all the basic safety things and the things you need to know how to dive. And that makes sense. But for me, it meant I was collecting puzzle pieces without the picture on the box. It took me a long time to connect all the dots. And I remember thinking there has to be a clearer way to explain all this. There has to be a way to make divers feel less alone in the learning curve. That is why the tip videos exist. They're not random. They are a record of problems I had to fight through and a shortcut for anyone who's still fighting through them now. But here's the truth. Tips were never the final destination. They were the foundation of the channel. Which, by the way, the channel started as more of a broader adventure travel channel that covered mountaineering topics, scuba diving, as well as general travel. But I eventually decided that wasn't going to work on YouTube, so I eventually niched down to scuba diving, my most passionate sport. I definitely realized this channel has to be about something I'm super passionate about. And so scuba diving it is. From the beginning, one of my biggest dreams was to build a team of divers and storytellers. A crew that could go out and capture real dives. Not scripted dives, real ones. The kind where things go right. The kind where things could go wrong. The kind where you adapt. The kind where you learn in the moment. Because that is what diving really is. It's not a checklist. It's an experience. And I want DiveWise to become the kind of channel that can show the wonders of diving to non-divers, while still giving divers something valuable. Stories that make you feel the ocean, and lessons you can actually use. Not tip videos instead of real dives, but tips through real dives. So you can watch something beautiful and walk away smarter. That is why I'm also pursuing more training, higher levels of tech training, cave dive training, more advanced rec training over time. Not because I want the channel to become a hardcore technical diving channel. It will not. My focus is recreational diving. DiveWise will stay primarily recreational focused. My ambition is to attract more people into scuba, to help newer divers progress faster, to help divers of all levels dive safer and more confidently. And I want to do that through exploration and storytelling. I am not an instructor. My job is not to teach one correct way. What I care about is understanding the trade-offs. I want to understand many ways to do something and the pros and cons behind each. Because in the real world, everything has trade-offs. And the best divers I know are not the ones who memorize the rules. They are the ones who can think clearly underwater. And I have lived this myself. I have embraced DIR, or do it right teachings. And I've also embraced flexibility and customization when it makes sense for my diving. I have seen both approaches side by side, and neither is automatically better. DIR can be powerful when you are diving on a unified team with the same configuration and same expectations. That consistency pays off, and a more flexible approach can make sense in recreational environments where conditions, goals, and gear choices vary. The point is not ideology. The point is understanding why something works, when it works, and what it costs. That is the kind of thinking I want DiveWise to be known for. Clear, honest, practical, and grounded in real dives. Now, here's the part that matters most. None of this next phase happens without support. Real dive storytelling takes time, planning, travel, gear, training, logistics, and filming underwater is pretty hard. Not because the camera is difficult, because diving is quite demanding. The ocean does not pause so you can get the shot. You are managing buoyancy, situational awareness, your buddy, your team, your plan, your gas, your safety. And at the same time, you're trying to frame the shot, control lighting, and capture a real story. And I'm building towards this as a career, not just a hobby. My long-term goal is to become a full-time videographer and storyteller, to capture the underwater world the way it deserves to be captured, to build a channel that can fund a life of adventure for myself and my viewers, and still put out content that genuinely helps people dive and explore the underwater world. That is also why you have seen me experimenting with shorts. Right now, they are mostly clips from longer videos, but I want to make more dedicated original shorts too. Sometimes ones just focus on entertainment, sometimes ones that are more comical, but content that works more for short form viewers, while still acting like a doorway into the main channel. And through these one-on-one member podcast videos, answering questions directly. I want to build towards something else too, an eventual DiveWise podcast. More interviews, more collaborations, more conversations with divers who have real stories and real lessons. But the membership is an engine that makes this possible. And it's not just support, it is direction. And here's my promise to you as a viewer. If you have a question, I'm going to treat it with care. I'm going to answer it with real experience, and I'm going to make it useful. In addition to the podcast, I also want to focus down and build a great repository of gear reviews. Reviews of gear that can take in a variety of conditions, from recreational, technical diving, cold diving, warm water diving. I can do it all and be a sturdy, trustworthy source, because I am not a gear shop. I do sometimes, not all the time, get commission from some of the clicks if someone buys something with the link I give, but it's not much. And my goal is not to sell you on a product, but to just review the product and try to find who that product is a great match for. And if I can do that with a large variety of products for real world diving and be a strong demo diver for a lot of these products, then that is my ambition. I love to be the best resource on the internet for scuba diving gear reviews. And that's where I'm aiming to build myself, to continue to give better gear reviews and more thoroughness while still trying to be concise with the videos. That's something I need to work on. I talk a lot sometimes. My goal and ambition with the channel is not to treat this as like some social media. I don't think it's social media. I think it's more of a TV station for someone who wants to tune in every single week and improve their diving and explore more of the underwater world. And that's the type of content I want to excel at and be one of the best resources around. From entertainment, education, and reviews. And interviews eventually with the podcast. Stay tuned. But most of all, as a member of the channel, you are one of the most important elements that I want to revolve the channel around. So your questions, your concerns, and the type of content you want to see more of. I want you at the center of the channel. Let's make something great with it. And most importantly, every dive, your adventure.